We extend a very warm welcome, hearty welcome to all our brothers and sisters across the globe. We extend you a very warm welcome on the pre-evening of the Merry Christmas tomorrow. And we all are preparing for lots of celebrations tomorrow, jubilations and congratulations, and people traveling, moving around. I would request each one of you, please take necessary precautions, look after yourself, take care of your health. And we are privileged once again that like every Friday evening, 5:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, we connect you to Canada and we come live from Canada for all of you. And we are moving in that particular journey, Power of Self. And Friday, 24th December 2021, let's meet Shri Surya Vijay Shastrika Tamartiji, the CEO, the Kotamarti Group, all the way from Toronto. We extend him a very, very warm welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, today is also a National Consumer Rights Day. And what is basically National Consumer Rights Day? To spread awareness about the consumer rights. Right to safety, right to choose, right to be heard, right to be informed, right to seek redressal, and right to consumer education. Now, the first thing is right to safety. So your personal safety is very, very important to us. Use your mask. See, I'm also using N95 mask all the time with me. I'm carrying precautions. I'm utilizing all the precautions, whatever is being conveyed by Dr. Parmeshwar Aroraji, because every Saturday you meet him at 7 p.m. So, ladies and gentlemen, we extend a very warm welcome to once again Surya Vijay Sastrika Tamartiji. We started journey with him on Friday, 27th of August. Wonderful journey and power of self. And we started with believe in the power that is within you. From there, we moved on to power of detachment. We moved to power of karmas. We moved to power of voice. We moved to power to tolerate. We moved to power of accommodation. That means accommodating others, power to accommodate. Then power of self-talk, power of happiness, power to withdraw, power of emotions, and thereafter willpower, very important for all of us. And then power of giving, जो कुछ भी आपके पास है सब दे दीजिए, सब कुछ यहीं रह जाएगा. Power of listening, very important. That's why God has given us 2 ears and 1 tongue. Power of words. Who says words don't carry power? Words are more sharper than the sword. Power of being positive. Always be positive. When you think positive, talk positive, live positive, positivity all around, your life becomes beautiful. Power of gratitude. It's always being thankful to everybody. And then, of course, we had moved on the journey, 17th of December last week also. We were together, and today, International Chamber for Service Industry extends you a very warm welcome. During this pandemic, post-pandemic, whatever you want to call it, when the muted virus is around, we are focusing on teachers and youth empowerment right from 25th of March 2020. So, ladies and gentlemen, this beautiful golden triangle is no more Delhi, Agra, Jaipur. It is basic food, basic health, basic education. And B2B is no more business to business. It's back to basics of life. Tonight, after this program at 8 p.m., we all will be going for reinstating the women's rights. That's the webinar series which is going on. And today we will talk about effective communication. And finally, Napoleon Hill's statement, which I picked up from his book, whatever human mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let's come together. Let's make together this world a better place. Education and skills are very relevant to our life. And here is the brief profile of Surya Vijay Shastrika Tamartiji. And this program is going live on the YouTube. You all can see, you all can enjoy. So today on 24th of December 2021, help me in welcoming our distinguished guest all the way from Canada. We extend him a very warm welcome And with a very open mind, I start this particular deliberation and discussion. Hearty welcome and pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, Sharmaji. It's a great pleasure to be on this show always. And green morning, green afternoon, green evening to everyone across the world. It's always a pleasure to speak to all of you and be with you this Friday evening. Today, we have always been talking about the power, and I thought I will speak something different, and that is about balancing between the mind and your intelligence. So that is the tough part. And in order for us to understand how we balance, first of all, we have to understand what is the role of the mind and what is the role of intelligence. Both are within us. That's why we have the power of self. The mind is the one where all the thoughts are generated. And in the mind accepts everything and anything that comes to it. All the thoughts that are coming in the mind are seen by our eyes, ears, and everything. So this is transmitted to our brain, and that is the place where we have to take a decision about which thought should we take. We have many people saying positive thoughts, negative thoughts. Now, whether it is positive or negative depends upon your decision. It's your intelligence that will determine what is positive and what is negative. There's nothing like positive or negative. Like, for instance, today during COVID, everyone has this mindset that we are going through a very bad phase, and we have created a sort of fear within our mind that there is something drastically going to be wrong, and hence we have to protect ourselves. And with that fear, we are actually keeping ourselves away from many things, not doing a number of things instead of taking, and that is where the intelligence comes. The mind is telling that you have to be very, there's so many things here, there, and everywhere. So you have to be very, very, you have to be scared, or you have to take care of yourself. But here is where your intelligence has to come and tell you that yes, there is need for you to take care, but at the same time you have to tackle the difficulty, and that for that we need the intelligence. The mind is telling you that you have to fear everything that is happening around you, and your intelligence will say, well, I will tackle this issue. I'll not fear what is coming in. So how do you balance that? There has to be a balance between your thoughts and your because the mind generates the thoughts, and the intelligence decides which thought to take. So now all this is happening within us. So that is why we talk about the power of self. This thinking and these thoughts do not come externally. Everything is internal, and it comes to us within. Of course, there is hearsay. We do hear people talking, and then again we come to some interpretations based on what is being heard. But end of the day, the decision making is still within you. So you have to have a balance between what thoughts you are getting and and that balancing will take place only when you use your intelligence. For instance, let's talk about positive thoughts. There's a lot outside. Everyone says you should always think positively. Yes, what is thinking positive? Thinking positive means always thinking that whatever you think will happen. You will be able to achieve it. And you believe that that will happen because you are thinking positively. Negative thinking is you think that it will not happen. So then you have already framed your mind that it is not going to happen. So it will not happen. So now, how do you, who controls the mind? Now, there is some decision making that is happening within, and that decision making should not be left to the mind. If you leave the decision making to the mind, this is what happens. You start thinking this is positive, that is negative. I'm not able to overcome the negative thoughts. I should always think positively. So at that point in time, you have to use your intelligence, and your intelligence has to come and distinguish between what is right and what is wrong. And if you are able to distinguish that, and that can be only done through your intelligence. In Sanskrit, they are called man and buddhi. And the man is where all the thoughts are generated, and that is the duty of the man. All that it does is create all the thoughts that are coming, and it will drag you to the point where it wants you to do things in a particular manner. For people who are in the habit of drinking, they get into that habit and they are dragged towards doing it. But at that point in time, if they are able to listen to their intelligence, which tells you, no, this is not what you should be doing, then it will control you, and you will have control over your mind. And then you can pull it back and take the right decision. So the decision making is done by your intelligence, and intelligence is not an extraordinary thing. Every individual has this intelligence because there are 5 elements: manas, buddhi, ahankar, krodh, labh. So all this is within us. So we are the ones who will have to use the respective thing. So when the man is there and the buddhi tells, man is telling you do it like this, the mind is telling do like this, but you should stop it from doing. And the lesson that we can learn is from Bhagavad Gita. If you have seen in the Lord Krishna holds the chariot, and he has 5 horses, and he has the belts in his control. Now, as long as he leaves them, it's like those 5 vikaras that we have, they will start galloping. And the only way you can control them is by pulling it. The horses will run if you allow them to, if you let them loose. But if you pull them, then you will be able to control them. That is the actual meaning of showing that Lord Krishna is running the chariot. So we also have to control our mind by using our intelligence. So the balancing has to be done between the mind and the intelligence. I would say that there is nothing like positive thoughts and negative thoughts. Thoughts are thoughts. Who makes it positive or who makes it negative is you, and you alone, because the thoughts are coming within. You are the one who decides whether you are leaving it to the mind to take the decision, or you are also intervening through your intelligence and deciding what is right and what is wrong. And right is always right. So there cannot be anything wrong in right. So the intelligence will always lead you towards the right, whereas the mind will try its best to say that this is what is right for you. Now, what is right for you is what the mind thinks, but whether it's right or not is what the intelligence should tell. So I would like to hear people as to what they think about the mind and the intelligence, because this is a very debatable subject, and I would like to hear everyone and listen to them and interact with them, because all the topics that I talk normally are very brief, but then we can expand it on it, and people can have different views on that, and I would like to hear and then give my thoughts on it.
Thank
So
you very
Dharmaji,
much.
yeah.
Thank you very much, Vijay Shastrika Tamartiji. First of all, let me extend a very warm welcome to our participants, those are joining us on the YouTube. And today, being on the eve of the Christmas, most of them, they are in a wonderful holiday mood, and they are writing Julie Subha ma'am, Merry Christmas, then Mamta Chauhan, and good evening, everybody, and sir, and all the participants, greeting from Uttarakhand. Another amazing session from Shastriji. Merry Christmas, Younger Yepto. Good evening. It's better to conquer yourself than to win 1,000 battles. That is coming from Mamta Chauhan. Knowing others is intelligent, but knowing yourself is true wisdom. Once again, Mamta ji. Rule your mind or it will rule you. Wonderful presentation, wonderful session. And Gurpreet ma'am has also joined. Merry Christmas. And Kim Kipgen. Good evening, Vijay Shastriji. Welcome, Vidhi Kishore. Wow, 1362 session. And Mamtaji, pleasure to hear you. And then, of course, Vidhi ma'am is writing, good evening, Vijay sir. Anand Mukherjee, Babu Moshai, Namaskar ji from Kolkata. Then we have got Mamta, how to win in life. Number one, work hard and complain less. Number three, listen more. Number four, try, learn, and grow. Number five, don't let people tell you it can be done. Number six, make yourself no excuses. Anjan Kumar Bora, very positive saying. Great enthusiasm. BB Subha Foundation Group, productive session. Claudia, greetings from Shillong. Vidhi, well said. Deepa Hazarika, good evening from Assam. Then Raman Kumar, awesome. Miss Gurpreet Sebel, Madam is writing, awesome. Better to win yourself than fight 1,000 battles. Thank you. Thank you very much. So it's indeed a great participation by our participants. They have been posting wonderful views. We appreciate all that, something remarkable. And we would like to further move on. Questions are not there, but comments, views, praises, and of course, remarks are there. So I would request you, Shastriji, we can proceed further.
Okay. So I will, because there is a lot of discussion on positive thinking and negative thinking, and people hold seminars about positive thinking and negative thinking. I would like to discuss how the concept of positive thinking and negative thinking has come. All this thinking is only a part of the mind, and positive thinking leads when you're inculcating that habit of being positive in everything you do, and all our listeners have been doing that, at least from the time we have started these sessions. That is that they appreciate that they are learning something and interacting with us, and creating that awareness within themselves, that by thinking positively, you will be able to develop yourself. The concept of negative thinking is not a state. Generally, people do not think negatively on their own. These negative thoughts, as I mentioned earlier, come into the mind. Everything is inside the mind, whether it is a positive thinking or it is a negative thinking. But the negative thinking which has led to depression amongst many people today is because they go on repeatedly thinking about that activity, and then they get into a situation where that thought becomes in their mind a reality. It is actually an illusion which is inside. And depression is caused only because they are thinking negatively, and they are not able to realize that their mind is going in a negative direction. In order for us to have control on the positive thinking and the negative thinking, we have to realize that we have to apply our intelligence. That is the purpose of this session. And I would like everyone to focus on things as they come. Like when you get up in the morning and you start your day, unfortunately you are traveling and a car comes and bangs your car. Now you can take it that this should not have happened. Why did it happen to me? And something I don't know, my day has started very bad. Instead of thinking that way, if you think in a different way, that, well, this, I did not want it to happen, but it has happened. I have to deal with it and I have to proceed, because that one activity of that particular day in the beginning of the day should not ruin your rest of the day. And how will that happen is when you take, at that point in time, you do not allow your mind to overcome your intelligence. That is the point where you have to be told by your intelligent mind that yes, it has happened, but there is nothing else you can do at this point. Let us deal with it and let us proceed. That is positive thinking. There is nothing. And if you do not do that, then if you start brooding as to why it happened, and then in the process you fall into the negative thinking, because you are now trying to debate as to why did it happen, and how could it happen like that, what negative things happened because of it. You are not allowing yourself to overcome that one thing. We have to remember that our life is a very long journey, and during this long journey we will come across many activities. In fact, on a daily basis, from the time you get up till the time you go to bed, you have so many instances which you would have never thought in when you got up in the morning. So you have to deal with them, and you have to proceed with them, so that you manage your day well, and then you are able to go ahead. And that balance can come only when you have control over your mind through your intelligence. So this is a very important aspect of balancing the mind and with intelligence, which I practice a lot. I try my best to. Everyone gets thoughts. I'm not a superhuman. I'm also like any of us all on this webinar, and every individual who is dealing with this on a day-to-day basis. But I definitely, when a circumstance comes in front of me on a daily basis, I deal with it and I just carry on. So my advice and request to each one of our viewers and listeners is that deal with the mind. Allow your mind not to overcome with your intelligence. And as long as you are doing that, you will easily be able to control your mind, and thereby always think positively. It's, if you have to train your mind to think positively. There is nothing. And positive thinking can come when you bring in all the good sanskar that you have inside yourself, the peace, happiness, love, all these things that we have spoken in the past. These are the good elements that if you develop within, then your thoughts automatically will be generated based on what you think and do on a daily basis. As we start doing thinking positively means what? Doing the right things, respecting the other person, giving seeing things from their perspective, whereby not leading to any conflicts. Conflicts come only when we deal with things with our perception. So our perception is our mind. So our mind will tell us, do it like that. We are not ready to listen to the other person's perspective. But that is where the intelligence comes into play, and it will tell your mind that listen to them, let them, allow them to speak and look at from their perspective. And that is where the balancing act has to come. And as long as we are able to balance our mind with our intelligence, we will be the happiest persons, because we are allowing our intelligence to overcome our mind. And intelligence is not a special requisite or prerequisite of a person, and it is the property of an individual. It is not like that. It is there in everyone. It is only that we ourselves do not allow it to come, and we underestimate ourselves and think that we do not have the intelligence to deal with a particular circumstance. If we are peaceful when an event comes in front of us, then you allow your mind to think. When you do not allow your mind to think, you take emotional decisions, and that is the time when your mind is actually controlling the decision making. And decision making should never be with your mind, because that is where it is emotional decision, and emotional decisions never lead to the right decisions, because you are allowing your emotions to overcome your intelligence. So always balance it, and make sure, take a minute whenever such circumstances come, say, pull back yourself, take a deep breath, and then think what is the right thing, and balance your mind over with your intelligence. Then you will be in a better position.
Wow, that's great. Control your mind through your intelligence. That's great. That's something is very substantial. A lot of new people have also joined. We would also like to extend a very warm welcome on the YouTube to J. Subalakshmi from Chennai, from Southern India. Jatin Rathor, who is joining us. Then we have got Ishita Shukla, who has joined us. Laishram Damini, who has joined us. And Mamta is writing another quote: if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endures to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpected in a common hours. That is lovely. Magic is what happens when the blueprint of who you are comes into the alignment with the expanding energy of the universe. People never know what they are capable of unless all other options run out. So beautiful, something. And Kavi Cruz, Merry Christmas, extending you a very warm welcome. Thank you. And with that, we come to the time and we click to the clock and we say, what's happening in Canada? Let's try and look at it. What's happening in Canada? It must
Canada,
be,
right now in Toronto, it's -4 degrees. It's
wow.
snowing. And this week, it will be in the negatives. Yet the temperatures haven't fallen the way they have to, because the official winter just started on December 21st. So we all are going to celebrate Christmas tomorrow. Merry Christmas to all the viewers and listeners. I'm grateful to everyone. Enjoy your Christmas. I would like to speak about Western Canada today. If time permits, we can talk about Vancouver and Victoria, which are in British Columbia. Yeah, many people think that Vancouver is the capital of British Columbia, but it is Victoria, which is the capital. And Victoria is an island which is in the Pacific Ocean, and it is a very large island. It's 100 kilometers by 100 kilometers area inside the ocean, and there are many islands in addition to the Victoria Island. But Victoria is a beautiful place. It has got some very interesting structures, that, and the parliament especially is of British Columbia, which is located in Victoria, is a sight to see.
If
And
you'll
Vancouver.
if you'll permit me, I'll show some of the pictures.
Certainly.
ये लीजिए, ये सब आपका है.
Yeah. So these are the beautiful Rocky Mountains which you are showing us, and they. I was actually surprised when I visited Victoria, and we went to a mountain which had snow on it. It was this was on the island, and a mountain which is very tall and having snow on it. So Victoria is a place where many people should visit, and Vancouver is another. This picture, I think, looks like somewhere in Lake.
I will bring to the Victoria.
Yeah. Victoria is a beautiful island. So if you are sharing, that's so nice of you. Yeah, so you see, that's the one which you are at the center is the parliament. If you can click on that building which is there, that one, yeah, that is the parliament building of British Columbia, which is located in Victoria. Victoria is a small town in the Pacific Ocean, but a very beautiful town. And Vancouver is like many growing cities, is a beautiful city where Olympic took place just few years ago. And the good thing and the beautiful climate that is there. In fact, many people think of migrating to, whenever it comes to Canada, they think that they should go to Toronto. But Vancouver is another beautiful place where you can migrate. The temperatures there are very, very nice. It is cold, but it's not as cold, and it doesn't snow as much as in Toronto and Montreal. The weather is very good. In fact, there are all the three climates you see in a day. It rains, it's sunny, and again it's cold in the evening. So and it's like you are staying in a hill station. That is the beauty of Vancouver. And Vancouver has grown into very many cities, and Richmond is another big city which is within very close to Vancouver. And many of our Punjabi Sikh friends and many of our people live in the city of Surrey. And city of Surrey, if you go, you will feel that you are in India. You find very many good restaurants, and that city is a beautiful city. And it borders the US, and Seattle is just 90 kilometers from the city of Vancouver. So many people actually fly to Vancouver, and from there they enter into US and visit Seattle and other beautiful cities in the West, because it's the gateway to the California and other cities that are there, Los Angeles and San Jose, and many other cities which are which can be crossed at Vancouver and go to Seattle, and from there you can go. So this is about Western Canada, which I thought I will share with our friends today. Next time when I come, I would like to speak about travel tourism. Gulshan Sharma ji, you had asked me to speak about travel tourism, and next week I will speak on travel tourism, and the 15 minutes that we have openly, I will just discuss on that, because I'm sure many of our listeners and the viewers would be interested in visiting Canada. Yes, I know that there are many students who are eagerly waiting to to migrate to Canada on their student visa, and I wish them all the best. And if they have any specific questions, they can always ask yourself, or they can communicate to me through you, and we can always answer any questions they have, not necessarily on their student this thing. I'm not an immigration consultant, but at least I have been living there for the past 22 years, and I do interact with a number of different professionals in various professions, and I should be able to answer them reasonably well. If not, I can always take the help of my other professional colleagues who are always willing to help me in Canada, and I can share my thoughts with our viewers here, because this is a good platform for all of us to exchange our views and learn about many things. And making education relevant is the tagline of ICSI, and they are doing an extremely great job, because who can say that somebody can do more than 13 to 1400 webinars in just less than 1 year, which, if you multiply 365 with 3, you'll still have 1095 webinars. And almost Sharmaji has made more than 1400 webinars in less than 1 year. So he has accomplished 3 years webinars in 1 year. So how tirelessly ICSE is working is commendable. My great appreciation to you, and please continue making education relevant, which you are doing, and we all together will definitely take it forward and make sure that whenever we discuss this, education is nothing but gyan, and gyan expands when we exchange with each other. So kindly, and that's why I encourage everyone I'm grateful to everyone for their good wishes that they always have for me. I will encourage you all to ask questions, because I'm sure you all are practicing what we are discussing over the past 18 webinars. So I would like to hear from you, your experiences, how you are tackling things that are coming, and if there is anything that we can exchange with each other, together we can see whether we are going in the right direction, if there is something that we can do together, because education can be expanded, gyan can be expanded only with sharing. That is my view, and that's the reason I am grateful to ICSI, and I would like to be on these webinars as long as it can, and provide my little wisdom to everybody.
Thank you very much. Such a wonderful and a valuable input from your side. And Jatin Rathorji is writing amazing session. Anjan Kumar Bora live learning session from Tamartiji. Vidhi Kishore ma'am, a positive mindset brings positive things. Positivity always wins. And Mamta is writing over here, something very interesting. Always be yourself and have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and try to duplicate it, because you yourself can shine and you can be wonderful. Thank you for the valuable session. There is a Madam Thota Yoga Lakshmi Mahendran. She's joining us from Chennai. Superb session. She's writing superb session. I need not to worry. I have not visited the place so far. Amazing session. And Vidhi ma'am, positive thoughts can change our personality. Vemuzo Vero from Nagaland. Greetings to Vijayji on Christmas. Rosie Chakma from Tripura. Greetings to Vijayji. Lovely session. Madam Gurpreet Sebel, thank you. Beautiful session. KV Cruz, Merry Christmas. Mamta, great input. Shobhalakshmi, greetings from Southern India. And then, of course, all the views which are coming from different quarters. Gurpreet ma'am is also writing 2 layers in our head. Who wins? The one we feed, negative or positive, that's our choice. It's all up to you. Temusu Lamatur, Interesting session. Nancy Sangma from the Garo Hills of Meghalaya. Wonderful session. Thank you. And of course, all other dignitaries. Awesome. Better to win yourself than fight 1,000 battle. Thank you, Mamta. That is Gurpreet Sehwal ma'am is writing. Deepa Hazarika from Assam. Claudia from Shillong. BB Subha Foundation Group all the way from Northeast. Productive session. And all other dignitaries. We are grateful to all of them. Thank you very much.
One thing what
Yes.
Gurpreet ji has said, I would like to add because she asked who should win. My answer is Gurpreet ji that always intelligence should win, because you should not allow your mind to tell you what you should be doing. Mind only gives you all the available options, and eventually the decision is of the intelligence. So we have to take an intelligent decision always based on the thoughts that are coming. So please ask your, and I'm sure you yourself are more accomplished and a very intelligent lady. That was an intelligent question, and we should allow our intelligence to always take precedence over the mind, because that is how we will always be able to think positively and overcome the negative thoughts. We cannot stop negative thoughts from coming. They like you have always been saying, Sharmaji, there are 60,000 thoughts that you come, and it's very difficult for any individual to think and decide which one to take. But then that is where, depending on the decision that you take, the reactions and everything starts from there. So that's the reason today's topic was balancing between the mind and the intelligence, and intelligence should take precedence over the mind.
Great. Thank you very much. 60,000 thoughts when he has put it over here. One of my mentors in America always says that unconsciously, most of the thoughts are negative. You have to put in conscious efforts to make them positive. That is something very important. By nature, we have to work it out that way. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we extend a very warm welcome to all of you. We all are stepping into Merry Christmas tomorrow, and then we are heading towards New Year. And 13th, 14th, and 15th of January, our annual convention is coming up. And this time, with the help of Vijaya Sastrica Tamartiji, we would like to have a valuable participation from Canada as well. It's on Zoom. It's a digital. It's all related to education. It's all related to service industry. And the entire Northern India is getting together, right from Leh Ladakh to Jammu and Kashmir to Himachal to Uttarakhand to Haryana to Punjab to Chandigarh to UP and to Delhi. So all of us, we will be together, and we would extend a very warm welcome to all our brothers and sisters across the globe to be the part of deliberation, celebrations, and taking the journey forward. Look forward meeting you next Friday, 5:30 p.m. again with Surya Shastri, Vijay Shastri Kotamar.